going live on Facebook now. Hello? We're live on Facebook.
All right.
Are you there?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You can show your face now.
Okay. Okay, so it says you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. Can you?
Are you serious? I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Wow. Another thing again. Okay, let me make you a host, then you can now start your video.
Okay. Hi.
Fantastic. How is the family?
We're doing good, we thank God. How about yours?
Fine, you're looking good.
Thank you. I can
looking good. Good business.
Let me look at you so I can reciprocate the compliment. Oh, you're looking smashing.
If you are watching us on Facebook, I want you to drop in the location, your location, drop in the comment where you are watching us from. Then you can also share this video, do a watch party. When you do a watch party, it's as if we are doing the presentation in your own wall. So watch party makes your own friends see the video. So do a watch party and let's make this video go viral. Yes. Do this one time. Let's make it go viral. So I'm going to be sharing all this video on my wall first before I share on the group. What do you guys think? So I wanted it to be exclusive. No, it's not easy to get a good mind, so you need to go dig for you to get it. To get a good, I mean, you need to dig to get it. And so my name is Charles Tambo. I'm so excited to be in your presence this morning. In the next 3 minutes, we should be starting. I hope you share this with your team. Don't be stingy with information. Make sure you are feeding people. The more people you have informed, the more money you make, guys. The more money you make. So get your team members informed so that they can apply what you are learning. And before you know, they'll be independent from you. And so I came about this business. This is my 19 months in Longreach. And one of the things that has made me to have success in this business, my family and I, is because of the kind of people we follow. We follow those who are successful in the business, people who have cleared the path, people who have made the sacrifices to get to where they are. Instead of me to make the mistake, I need to learn from their own mistake so that I can run faster with my business. And so that was why I followed every star director. For you to be a star director, you need to do what the star directors are doing. And so the star directors were the ones who propelled me to fly with my business. And so I went from being broke to earning millions. And in 11 months, I got to star director. And so in order for you guys to enjoy all this, that's why I came up with this program, guys, that you need to meet with the star director so that when you hear their story, You hear you follow them in their journey. You see how some of the things you can apply in your business and get to where you want to be. That's why we came up with this program, Meet Your Success Partner. It's not going to be only staff directors, though, but you know, our dream is for us to be SDs, right? And so that's why we are starting with the SDs. Guys, before us here is an amazing woman, a mother, entrepreneur, a banker, the CEO of Pacesetter, the people who are giving us lots of bank in our business, and she gave us the highest shocker in the last promo, the biggest boom. So you're going to tell us how you got those money. You're not going to eat those money alone, eh? And so one thing I love about this guest today is the way she carries her family along in her business, the way she balances her business, the way she builds her team. There are a lot of teamwork she's into, and that's one thing I love about her. So when I started following her, I got to learn some of those things too from her. So today is, I'm not here to tell you all her story. She's here. Let's hear from her. She's going to share with us her journey, how she came on board the network marketing. Before what were you? Is it Longbridge that is your first network marketing business, or you've been in another system? Without mentioning their name, tell us how you joined the system. Was network marketing your flair, or is it something you disliked before, you love it, or what made you to love it? Then how did you join Longbridge? Then you now share some of the tips that will help us grow in our business. We want to hear from you, your journey, so that we can learn from it. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, let me complete my introduction, guys. So here with us is SD2 Chinenye, a multi-millionaire.
Yeah. I say amen to that. Okay, hey guys. I'm so super excited to be with you guys today. It's really an honor to be here with you all. I first of all want to say I appreciate your work, SD Charles Tambo. Thank you so much for the good work that you're doing. Thank you for putting this together. I mean, It's such an amazing thing that people can come and relate with people and understand the fact that whatever they are facing in their business, someone was once there in their shoes. I mean, that's the highest form of inspiration that you can get on this platform. And so I celebrate you for doing this. And I also congratulate you for your success on your business and how you lead your team. Thank you very, very, very much for having me here on this amazing show today. I'm super elated. So guys, like as the Charles rightly introduced me, my name is Chinenye James Effiong, and I am called the Pacesetter. I lead a team of amazing people called the Pacesetters Club, and by the grace of God, I am a 2-star director with Longbridge Bioscience International. And I am a wife and I'm a mother. I also like to add that I'm a retired banker. I guess we'll get to hear all of that in the course of this conversation that we are going to have today with you guys. Please relax. And my desire is that I'm able to inspire someone today watching who probably thinks that success is for a certain group of people, that success is for people, that there is something alien about what we do on this platform. My desire is to ensure that you are inspired and you fire, knowing that it's actually in you. Success is in you. So To start, he's asked me to tell you guys my journey, my background, and my journey on the Long Reach Bioscience platform. And I would like to first of all take a quote from John F. Kennedy. Yeah. And that quote says that every great accomplishment begins with a decision to try. Keyword is decision. So I'll be hinging my entire story on this particular quote. It starts with a decision to try. First of all is the fact that I have never done anything that is related to network marketing. Yeah, I've never been involved in network marketing. Long Reach is my first network marketing platform. All my life, I have always been known for one thing, being a banker. I have not done any other job apart from banking also. So I found myself in the banking industry, I would say by chance, because I studied political science in school. I came for youth service here in Akwa Ibom State in 2005, and I was opportuned to be Miss NYSC at the time. Some group of people came by and they came to get CVs from us in camp. Somehow, by chance and by divine direction, because I remember clearly that before I came to Akwa Ibom State, I had walked my way to Abuja and it failed. So I cried, I wept, and I wept when I was posted to Akwa Ibom State. But my mom told me something: go there, you don't know what God has prepared for you. Today, hey, this is what God has prepared for me here. And even from here now, I'm taking the last name of Akwa Ibom State. So guys, that was how I got into banking, all right? And so I also didn't have a background. I did study banking and finance. But I realized that when I got into banking, I started to learn. I realized I have an innate desire to always be good and successful and excellent in whatever I do. So I decided to learn, and I learned.
Maybe the network is disturbing us now. Hello, guys. Maybe the network is disturbing us now. We can't miss this story. We need this story. Wow. She has never done network marketing before. This is our first network marketing company.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I don't know what happened.
It must be your network.
I guess. Please, can you make me open my video?
You can't put on your video?
Yes. The same error message. I'm totally sorry about this, guys.
She has never done network marketing before. This is our first. Okay. You can.
Okay. All right, I'm here. I was just thrown out. I don't know what happened. I guess it's my network, but I've had to connect through another source. Okay, so I don't know where you stopped hearing, but I was telling you about a bit of my background and the fact that I actually didn't know how to sell anything. I didn't know how to, I thought I didn't know how to sell anything. So I had gone and I bought some things. I came back to sell it to my colleagues was my goal, right? And I'll find out that when I tell them I want to sell it at 15,000, I will say I want to sell it at 7,000. I just didn't have the courage to save the amount I needed to sell it. So I was saying that to tell you how bad I thought I was at marketing. But tell me how to market the bank's products and services. Yeah, I'm #1 at that. Yeah. And so, friends, I continued that way, living. I had a good job. So my story is not that of someone who was broke or poor, but
broke.
yeah. So I had a good paying job, and you know, banking is one of those ones people pray for. So, but I realized that even amidst my good job, my good pay, I really couldn't have savings, right? I really couldn't achieve what we call financial freedom. You would have to rely on loans, car loans to get a car. You would have to get loans. Yes, we had good access. We had access to those facilities, but it comes at a cost. So I was eating into, you find yourself eating into your future. You would have to get salary advance for you to do anything meaningful for yourself. And being the kind of person I am, I felt a burning desire inside of me to make a change. That was the beginning of my story. And at this juncture, I would like to say that the first thing you need to do if you want to achieve success is find that burning desire. Because until you find the burning desire, you won't find your drive, you won't find your motivation. So I had that burning desire, and it all happened that on a beautiful Monday morning, I went to drop, we had a baby then, her name is Davida, our first child. I went to drop her in school, and lo and behold, I met a lady. And I would say this was by divine arrangement. I had known her before then, but she looks completely different and transformed. But cutting the long story short, she told me, "Hi, Chinenye, there's an opportunity I'd like to talk to you about." I was really curious, not because of any other thing, but for the fact that I saw that obvious transformation on her. I decided I was going to listen to whatever it is she was going to tell me, because I already had the confidence that whatever transformed her life had got to just transform my life, all right? So she came the same day to my office, and she then told me about Longbridge. So that was me hearing about Longbridge, but not for the first time. The truth is I had heard about Longbridge from 2 other people before then, and I didn't take it seriously for several reasons. At that point, I felt network marketing was not on the list of things I was going to do ever in my life. I thought it was many things it wasn't. I thought it was for, them, and I just followed the general mindset that network marketing was a scam, or it was for the low class, or it was for the jobless. So I mean, when Mrs. Effiong Obon-Cornell, who happens to be my upline through which I heard about this business opportunity, I always talk about her anywhere I go. She was the one who opened my eyes to this opportunity and made me see it in a way that I had never seen it before. When she told me about it, I was actually disappointed, and I felt they have come again. But at that day, that particular day was the day God had made it that I was going to see the light. She made me look into her account statement, and what I saw was my motivation to start. What I saw was what made me, the first thing that came to me when I saw her alert was, I looked at her again, and I said, in my mind, if this lady could do it, I too can. So you see, it starts from you believing that you can do it. So I believe that I can, but the spirit, those scare in your head kept telling me, how can you? You are busy here, you are tied down, you are tied down here in the office. This lady has her freedom to move around, that's why she succeeds. You know how we make excuses why people should succeed and why we shouldn't succeed. But
guys, guys, whatever, as she's speaking, sharing her story, there are lots of nuggets that are coming out from it. Make sure you are dropping those nuggets on the chat box, and make sure you are dropping that. That's a rule. Drop whatever you're learning on the chat box, on the comments, because if it's written down, you retain it. You can continue.
Yeah, excuse me. And so I then told myself that if this lady could do it, for the fact that I had seen that it is possible, that if one person could achieve success, then nothing on earth would stop me from achieving success on the platform. As long as it has worked for anybody, it shows that it is possible. And I mean, guys, that was my drive. That was my motivation. The very next day, in fact, I printed her account statement and I took it home to my husband. Now, the power of home came into play. I love how one of my leaders said it recently, the power of home. It's important that whoever is closest to you, most times those of us who are married, your husband is the person who can actually encourage you or discourage you from doing this business because they are the ones closest to you, all right? So I went home, and remember, I had heard about Long Beach, and I had told my husband at the time, but two of us were, he was driving me, and I showed him what somebody told me. He said, leave them, I beg, now lie. They are lying to you. They are just washing your head, because the lady sent me a message and said, my son earned 90,000 from Long Beach, and that was what I used to pay his fees. When I showed my husband, he just discarded it. And that was how we all both stayed. And so this time I had to go with a higher evidence, you know. So I would say to someone who is listening to me, you have a husband, you need him on your side. And if you don't have a spouse, you need a partner. You need somebody who will motivate you and strategize with you. This is a strategy-based business, all right? So I went home to my husband, and my husband, in his normal form, also told me, it's not true. This lady goes to pay the money in and goes to withdraw it again and goes to pay it. Don't mind them, they are deceiving you. But this time I had evidence because I had the authority at this particular issue. I know what it is, it's my field. That when you see the narration on somebody's account statement, you can tell. So I told him, hey, honey, this time around it's real, all right? So that was when he became humble, also the way I became humble when I saw my offline statement. And he asked me the same question I asked her, how does it really work? And that, I would say, was the beginning of our turnaround in our family from then, henceforth, till today. Because he told me very early in the morning, go and break that fixed deposit. So at the time we were building, and we had to break that fixed deposit meant for something, because as a matter of fact, if we were waiting to have the resources tied down, we would not have joined this business till today. So that is why my husband, when he talks to people, he says, you need to divert funds. Many a times we want to be at the current state of economy, everything is all working together, the stars are all in place, the moon is in place. That's not gonna happen, all right? So you need to make sacrifices to get on your way to success. And so we started our journey, guys. And the first thing I would say that happened along the way is that I got a roadblock. The roadblock was that I thought, because I was market facing in the bank, is it not the same thing? I'll just come and do the same thing. But I realized that it's a different thing and I needed to learn. And coming from my personality, I love to follow instructions, I love to learn. I recognized the fact very early that to succeed in anything that you lay your hands, there are secrets, there are ropes, there is something you don't know, you need to learn. You will notice the Igbos, when they are something as little as supermarkets, you would just think that somebody can just wake up and go and sell supermarkets. It's not just to buy things from a back. But you see somebody subjecting himself to 10 years of being a boy to learn that particular thing. So the next thing I'm dropping is the need to learn, all right? So I recognized that very early. So when I came back, in fact, my husband was very surprised that every Sunday I'll wake up, dress up, and go for seminar. My husband once told me, why are you always disturbing? Because he knows me that from the time we were married up until then, I value my Sunday, my weekends. Because we work in a place where you are psychologically drained at all times. You need that time to, I call it resetting of brain, to reset your brain and all of that. So that's understandable, all right? You think that's a valid reason why I should stay back, right? But no, yeah. I decided that I needed to learn this. So I sacrificed my Sundays. I sacrificed the sleep I used to sleep. Every Sunday I found myself in any seminar. I realized that sometimes you invite people, the prospect I thought would just follow me, they will not even show up for the seminar, but that did not deter me from going to learn. What I was doing was very simple. I was simply trying to gather all the knowledge within a very short space of time. So this one will say it this way, I will get it, I'll put it in my pocket. This one will say it, I'll get it, I'll put it in my pocket. I merge everything together so that when I'm talking to people, I'm talking with authority. What we find these days is people want to achieve success, but they don't want to follow the steps. So I tell you, you listening to me, that there are sacrifices to make along the way. There are temporary trade-offs that you must make. You must trade off something. If it is your TV time, you have to trade it off. If it is your sleep time, you can't have both, all right? You want to achieve something, you must be willing to sacrifice something. Else, you will sacrifice it later, but with interest. You will pay that price later, but you pay it with a lot of interest, all right? So back to my story. I kept on moving and it wasn't easy. What I like about success is that it's like an iceberg. It's like an iceberg. If you know an iceberg, you see little portion above the water level. But below the water level is a lot. 95% is actually below the water level. 5% is the only thing you see up. So when people see you now, they all come, oh, wow, you're so glamorous. Ah, she's a success story. She's successful. I want to be like you. That's the next thing you hear. Charles, you hear that a lot, right? I want to be like you.
A lot.
I want to be like you. But what you fail to realize is that under the water level is a lot of failures. Yeah, a lot of failures. But it is not failure because the person didn't give up, all right? What you don't see is a lot of times the person felt like giving up. What you don't see is a lot of effort the person has put in. I remember several times that I've had to call my upline to tell her I'm no longer interested in doing this business. I am tired. In fact, I was literally crying. I would cry and say, I'm tired. My God,
a whole bank manager. I know before you got to bank manager level, you must have been a marketer too, right?
Yes. Yes, I was a marketer at the time.
You market a lot of your bank products, and now you join a network marketing company. You are tired.
Yes. Honestly, I was fed up. I was tired because the no's we get here. And if you want to look at it, put it in perspective, if you focus on converting that negative discouragement you get into the fact that it is a training ground for you, you will achieve success.
Yes.
It's a training ground. No other industry has the amount of rejections that we get here. In the back, I thought it was just come and tell somebody, open accounts, tell the person why the person should open and give good services, and the person opens an account with you. I got here and I said, boom, wow. All more rejection there for levels. I saw a higher level. So guys, I got discouraged at many points in my business life. People around you, family, friends, who you thought would say, oh yes, you started a business. Oh yeah, let's go with her. They will tell you, oh, go and enjoy the money. We are waiting. When you get your car, we'll follow you. And that was them mocking you. I suffered a lot of what I call temporary loss of social esteem. A temporary loss of social esteem. Yeah. Because people still have one mindset about what we do. And when they see you doing it, they're like, oh, so you have joined these jobless people. I remember one day a friend of mine wrote that on Facebook. A friend of mine had been marketing. And then I saw her write on Facebook, all these people that are jobless, that are disturbing me for networking. Please, you guys should leave me alone. That night, I felt so bad. But instead of feeling bad and sulking about it, I went on to educate her, because in our business, what we do is educate people. It doesn't matter if they accept or not, but the fact that you're able to tell them what another perspective that they probably did, that they may not admit it at that instance, but sometimes it goes a long way, and it relieved me a lot. So I was able to educate her about network marketing, and though she didn't accept it, but hey, I mean, I was relieved. So, brethren, I continued my business. The first success factor for me was my first US trip qualification. So when that trip promo came out, that was about 7 months into my business. I went to my upline.
You started the business when?
I started my business in 2015, about second or third quarter of 2015.
2015. And 7 months after you're into your business, you got your first qualification.
I got my first US trip. But the story about the US trip is what I need to bring out.
Yeah.
At that point, I used to always, and this is very instructive, please engage your upline. Your upline knows more than you do. Engage the support system that you have available. Beyond that, engage in learning from those who have gone ahead of you. So my upline was in fact, she got tired of me. I'm sure she got tired of me at some point. Every day I was at her place. I'll close from work, I'm driving to her house. I'm going to work, I get to work, I go to her house. I was always there. What was I doing? I was gleaning, I was learning. I would ask her, when you had this issue, how did you handle it? She would tell me. So when that trip promo, in fact, let me even tell us, during that trip promo, I was acting as if she was my boss and I had to be accountable. So every week I drew up a target. And at the end of the week, I'll send her my scorecard. I'll say, this is what I did this week, as if she asked me. She didn't ask me, I was only being accountable. And this leg did this leg did this, this leg did this. I have a gap of so from what I gave myself, the target I gave myself for the week to be able to achieve this US promo in 2.5 months. I have a gap. And to cover that gap, this and this is what I intend to do next week. Who asked me? Nobody. But my upline told me something when I went to her to ask her, what should I do? She said, ensure you qualify for this US trip. And exactly what I did. It was the toughest phase of my long reach business, and that is why I'm trying to bring that out here. It was the toughest phase because I had a tasking job and I had a timeline to meet a target to qualify for a US trip promo of 35,000 PV. I was new in the business. I think I was Diamond 3. I wasn't up to Diamond 4. And I had to meet all this. And at that time in my business life, it was practically me alone working. So what I'm saying here is that I went all out. I went crazy. I went, you know, when you are like, I have to achieve this success. I mean, if you do not relate with me, then you will never understand. If you have been there, that you have a burning desire to achieve success, then you will understand what I'm saying when I said I went crazy. Every weekend from my office, I was going to AKTC Park with my upline in Effiong. God bless that lady. She was very supportive. Everywhere I said, even if it's Zambisa Forest, she followed me, they go. We will go. I took even 1 week off from my work. I went to Oka. I told my mom, please, my mom is a politically exposed person. She has connections and she's a politician. So I told her, please organize your friends. I need to do a seminar for them. She made a seminar, she brought out herself, she engaged her contacts. Many people came for that, even the Speaker of the House came for that meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, after that meeting, nobody signed up except one person. Only one person signed up. But you know what? That one person that signed up helped me qualify for that US trip on one leg.
Wow.
Only one person signed up. I was disappointed. I was like, you know, when you brought, I was earning maybe 5,000 staggered at that time. But I brought out a lot of either 50,000 or 100,000 naira to pay for a hall, a big touche hall, and they made a dinner. did food, did everything. It was top notch. And I was expecting that, oh, at least out of these numerous people that came out, I'm going to become a star director in 2 weeks. But those disappointments are things that you're going to have along the way on this journey. And that is what makes the journey worth it. You can tell your story and say, yes, I embraced the process and I went through it. So there's nothing you will tell me on this business that I cannot tell you I have been there. That's because I allowed the business to go through me. I didn't say because I'm a banker, I have excuses. I had very valid excuses when I started. My excuses, number one, I was busy at my job. Is it not valid? Very valid. Number two, I was a nursing mother. Very valid. Many people tell those excuses now, and we say, okay, I understand. But no, turn those excuses into a stepping stone. All right, like I always say to people, do you know that after I began to succeed, people now said, okay, because the reason you are succeeding is because you are a banker. Hello, I thought you said because I was a banker.
I must attach it to something.
Yeah. So you see, I qualified for that US trip. And I would say that was what sets the tone for my business for the rest of my business years.
Will you?
So
okay.
I have dropped something here. All right, you want to say something?
Can I say something there? Will you
Yes,
say,
please.
because you decided now at that moment to go all out, to go crazy, and that was what contributed to your success?
Yeah.
Will you say that?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I tell people, until you decide that you want to win, you cannot win. And so honestly, you've been doing the business for some time now, and that month you say, this trip, I must qualify for it. And you went all out, and you got it. So,
right. And I think that's what's re-echoing and re-emphasizing. Because I have made that a mantra, and I say this to my team all the time. Until you get to that point where you make the decision to succeed, you have to decide. And you know the bad news, nobody is going to make that decision for you. Nobody has the capacity to make that decision for you. No matter how your upline drags you, you have to decide within you that you want to make this work. Until you get to that point, you will be in this opportunity called long reach, because I consider long reach a life-changing opportunity, and that is what it is. You will be inside this opportunity and you will be missing in action. You will be missing the opportunity inside the opportunity. There are many people who are already registered in this business. They are missing the opportunity inside the opportunity because they haven't come to that point. So if you are watching me, guys, I want you to do yourself a favor. We are human beings and we have the intelligence and the ability to have what we call self-awareness. Sit back, reflect on yourself, ask yourself some questions. And I want you to do me a favor, find yourself that decision and make it. You can do it. Make the decision and nothing, you will remain unstoppable. And that US trip, like I was telling us, marked the beginning of my success. Just while I was in the US, people were happy and confident. And you know the thing they say about success, it attracts.
Yes.
Success attracts. Numerous friends, numerous people that want to be associated with success. Nobody wants to follow no road. So my tip is this, in case you didn't catch the rema. Make sure that you walk your first success. Walk yourself to getting that first success that will set the tone for your entire success. It will now be precepts upon precepts, and it will just build you on the business. And I got the car. I got my first car, and that was then boom for me. And the rest is success story upon success story. And fast forward 2019, at that point, I had achieved so much success on the business. I had built a team. Now, at this point, I would like to stop and pause and tell people, if you are not building a team, you are not going anywhere. I owe all my successes to my team. You need to understand that you have a responsibility of making somebody else become you. where you are not. And that's the beauty of our business.
Yes.
If you do not have people who you can say, this is another Chinenye somewhere blasting, and I'm not there, you haven't started. So your first responsibility is to ensure you pour everything you know, and that's exactly what I did. Amidst my time constraints, I engaged all the little time I had. Like I've already told us, I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed the free time that I had. I engaged even the small time opportunity I had to eat at work. I was doing my business. The few time that I had to do anything extra at job, the time I'm driving home, everybody knew me as somebody that was talking on the phone and driving. I was doing my business. Why? Because I realized I was doing this part-time and I needed to do extra to be able to catch up with success. And I knew that if I don't do this and buy back my time, I would just be running around the same cycle of I am too busy with my job. How long did I want that? So, ladies and gentlemen, while I was there doing this business, I grew to the rank of star director on my business, on my part-time business. And I was the first star director that was a banker. And that was quite like, how did you do it? It wasn't easy. It wasn't a stroll in the park. The truth is I went all out and I went crazy about my business. And so at some point, and I tell people this, when it is that time, you will know. When it is the time for you to move into doing this full time, you will know it. I knew it was time. And at that time, I must tell you that my income on my laundry business had made a mess of my salary. I was already a branch manager at that time. And I was earning well. I was earning well, but I didn't even look forward to my salary because I didn't notice it anymore. I didn't notice my salary anymore. It was what we used for. It's like chicken change. I had built my business by the grace of God, to a level where I was earning a lot there. So I had to take a bow from my job. And it went, wow, how does someone quit a banking job at a good level like that? The answer is very simple. It took a deliberate, I started with the end in mind. I sat down and I asked myself, how long do you want to remain here? I projected 5 years from that time. I actually gave myself 5 years to do this part-time and quit, but I quit in less than 4 years, 3.5 years. It happened faster than I thought. But within that time, you are not going to eat your cake and have it. You are not going to keep living the way you want to live, keep relaxing, sleeping when you want to sleep, waking up when you want to wake up, showing up to your business when you want to show up. And this is the one I also want to emphasize. People who are doing this part-time and they say, I can't engage social media. I can't engage social media. I can't talk to people on social media. So my answer to you today, who is thinking that, is you really need to make a decision. It goes back to the decision. First things first is make sure you are doing your full-time job with all your heart. And this is what worked for me. I was very passionate with my job at the same pace I was passionate with my language business. So where you're going to have a problem is when you are lagging behind at your job. In a training I developed for part-timers, I made a point there and I said, be a master at your plan A. You have to be a master at your plan A to be able to succeed on that plan B, to be able to convert that plan B to your plan A. If you are a laggard at your plan A, you will waste a lot of time and you might just get fired at that plan B. Make sure you do your job with all your heart. We have spare time. You have your weekends to do your language business. You have after work. You have your lunch time. You have those times that you look at the computer and you are not doing anything. All you part-timers that claim you are so busy. Is it all the time you are looking at the computer you are working? The answer is no, and you know it. That 5 minutes that you take to reset your mind, go and make that call. Go and build your team. Go and talk to a prospect. Go and engage your upline. Go and learn the business. All right. And so that is how I was able to build my business from part-time to full-time, where today I am my own boss. I control my own time and I call the shots. And I think I have been able to capture my story on the Longreach platform. What was the other question, Charles?
As you were sharing your story, you're also sharing some of the tips that will make us have success in the business. That was the other question. That was fantastic. That was an amazing story. I want to ask you, your banking job and Longreach, which one is more tedious?
Which one is more what?
Which one is more tedious? As that when you were in the bank and you are now in Longreach?
Which one was more tedious? Yeah. Everybody knows, I would answer it this way. Banking is one of the most tedious jobs that you can ever have. As a matter of fact, thinking now in retrospect, I wonder how I actually did it. I even asked myself, how did you do it? The thing about banking is that it is mentally stressful. It's not just physically stressful. It's mentally stressful, all right? And you are drained psychologically. You have targets to meet and nobody's smiling about it. Nobody's gonna say because of this, because of that, your targets will be moved. The fact that people were losing their jobs on a daily basis, your friends will come to work and go home unemployed, is enough psychological torture. So if you ask me, I would say the banking job was at the time more tedious. But you know the thing about Longreach business, so this question is quite tricky. Your Longreach business, you have phases in the business, right?
Certainly.
Now you have a cultivation phase, and then you have a harvest phase. Mm-hmm. You have a phase where you are really you are planting, and the deeper the root of that, your planting season, the better your harvest. So at that instance, remember, that was the phase I was. So right now, I can't tell which one was tougher, because it's just tough on its own level. Planting season in your Longreach, don't be deceived, guys. It can be stressful, but it is worth it at the end of it.
There's serious hard work on that stage.
Yes. See, you put in all. You put in all. And the fact, yeah. And the fact that you're basically working on your own at that point, your business is not yet on auto run, you know. But if you're able to endure that stage, I remember then I was running around with, I was in corporate bank, so I was always running between Lagos and New York. When I go to Lagos, I was talking to my colleagues. I would try to, because you remember we used our roofing, flooring money to do the business. So I was under pressure also to sell out the products. I sold to myself. I converted my expense of storing, switched everything in the house, but I made sure I was accountable. I made sure that I bought it from myself. So I would remove money from here and put here. I don't even, sometimes I think about those stages of my business and I just laugh. I'm like, wow. So you went through all of this. But people will look at me then and wonder, what are you really doing? At that point, at that stage in your business, let me say this, I think it's quite instructive that we know this. At this point in your business, you think you are putting in all, but what you are getting is not commensurate, right? What you're getting is not commensurate with what you are. Please don't enter that pitfall where you fall into that trap and say it is not working. There will come a time in your business when all that effort will begin to play out, when all that effort will begin to yield results. And when it rains, it pours. You begin to ask yourself sometimes when you get alerts, what did I really do to get this alert? It was those years you planted. So please diligently plant your business. Don't think that because you're not earning as much as Charles Tambo now, that means the business is not working. Be patient with your business. Trust the process. The time is coming. The guarantee is that you will also get there.
Fantastic. So thank you for sharing your story with us. The another question I want to ask you is where you said what really helped you was personal development. You saw that the knowledge you had in the bank was different from the knowledge you will need to learn when you join network marketing. Now, what are some of the things you want new ones to learn in this business as they join the business and those who are holding the business?
Okay. So what were those things I knew I needed to learn, right? I want to be sure I got the question right.
Yeah, those things you learned that helped you in the business. What things will you encourage those who are coming into the business to learn that will enable them to grow in the business?
Great. You need to learn everything about this business. Now, listen to me. If you are coming on board this business, it doesn't matter your background. There are a whole lot to be learned. There are skills to acquire. And hey, don't even think you are too old to acquire any skill. Everything that anybody who has been successful here used to succeed, it is learnable. So you need to sit back and acquire those skills. I think you know what we call prospecting. There are proper ways to prospect. There are proper ways to follow up people. There are proper ways to onboard people. There are proper ways to build a solid team. Those are the things that the resources are out there. You only need to sit back and learn them. When you learn them, even the mindset required to be in this business, you need to learn them so that when things pop up on your face, you will not be surprised. You won't be surprised because you've already learned that those things would happen. So you need to learn the right mindset. You need to set the right expectation. Hey, you need to understand, listen to me, that it is not magic beans. It is not magic wand that you just want like this and success will fall on you. This is where many people get it wrong. And so they fizzle out of the business, jump into the next network, and then go and face the same truth. So you need to understand that it is set the right expectations for yourself, such that even when you are not earning as much as you think you should be earning, you know that this is the process. It is part of the process. Beyond learning the business, you need to do the business. You need to be involved in the business. There are many people on this platform. They are in this business, but they are not doing the business. Doing the business means you need to take responsibility of your business in your own hands. The thing I like about responsibility is that when you break it down, it means responsible. It means that you're proactive enough to understand that your future is in your own hands and that you're responsible for the outcome thereof. What we find here is many people blaming a lot of people but themselves. Blame their upline for their lack of success on the business. Blame their downlines for their lack of success on the business. Blame their sidelines for their lack of success on the business. I dare to say today that until you begin to blame no other person but yourself about your business, you haven't started taking responsibility. And until you take responsibility of your business, your success is limited. You need to be able to know that your success or your failure on this business is in your own hands. That I was busy on my job didn't stop me from taking responsibility of my business. There was no place that I would say, my Effiong, please come and go and do this seminar for me. I was involved. I would find a way to be involved in that seminar. Because two things, I was also learning how she was doing it. And I needed to make her understand that I am not a laggard. I'm involved in this thing. We are in this thing. I'm not taking advantage of you. Recognize the fact that your upline is there to support you, but they won't come to your house and hand over success to you. No. You need to come out and take the success by yourself.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I know you have a lot, because I know for you to get to where you are, it has been, you've gone through a lot, and there are a lot, you want to share it here, but
honestly,
because of time.
Charles, I have a lot to, I have a whole lot to say, and I wish time will permit us, but I really do have, because these things we see, I wish people can really understand and learn, and that is why I love what you're doing. What this thing you're doing is going to make people really open their eyes and see that, hey, this success, they say, what is the secret? The most questions I get is, what's the secret? What's the secret? Hey, let me announce to everybody now.
What secret are they looking for, Seth? When you are seeing the person, you know one thing I love about you and your husband, you guys are always on the move. You're always on the move. You're moving one place, doing something. People are saying all this, and they will still come to your backyard and ask you, what's the secret? From their home. Guys, you guys are amazing. I tell people it's massive action, massive activity,
massive results.
Forget any other thing you want to know. Even if you don't know how to take the action, take it anyway. You surely get success in what you're doing. Guys, because that was the turning point for you.
Yeah.
That was the turning point. Your first trip, you took action. You took action. You went all out. You said, no, man, I got to take responsibility over my business. And look at that singular act and decision made you to get to where you are. Man, they said your earnings is as a result of whatever you earn shows how many people are successful in your business. How many years journey now, sir?
I'm 4 years in the business.
4 years. You've raised so many millionaires. We don't want to mention. I know a lot of them. Many people. Now, recently you qualified for 75 million.
Yeah.
For you to qualify for that, you must have your 3 legs very active. Now, was there a point where you have a challenge of 1 leg not being active? A team wasn't just working. Well, did you have that challenge at any time in your business? Because I see people coming up with such excuses why they are not having success in their business.
You know why I'm laughing? I love that you brought up that question. Because as a matter of fact, there was a point in my business life that I had only 1 leg active. And my prayer point at the time was, can God just give me 1 active person on my other leg? And then finally, I had another active leg. And my prayer point turned to, can God just give me someone active on the 3rd leg? So my point is, everybody goes through that process. I had a time in this business where I missed, before I qualified for that, there was something that we're supposed to do, but I did not have an active 1 leg, and I missed that thing. Now, many people come to me, and when the people in my team that I mentor, they ask me, I'm having a problem in my team building, only me, I only have 1 active leg. My answer is usually the same. It's a process. Everybody goes through it. You don't just wake up and your 3 legs become active. You have to go through the process. You have to follow it. Make sure that you are building, even those people who are active, you keep building them. You keep working with them, locking hands with your team to ensure that you deepen your existing team. And at the same time, you are putting in fresh blood into your team. I think that's the summary.
Thank you very much. So there's no way you can do without adding more people into your network, even if you've gotten to where you are. It is a requirement for every leader. Every successful leader in our profession, make sure they get customers into their business and distributors. Well, this has been an amazing 1 hour. Awesome. Is there any other thing briefly you want to share with us before we close this show?
Well, like I said, I have so much to say.
Sorry, let me come now. We have people also who are struggling with their family doing this business. You'll be able to put all this together, your family and your business. How were you able to balance this?
Well, I would still say that it starts from, you organizing yourself properly. Now it starts from writing out what are those things that are of importance to you. Most people have not done this simple exercise, and I think it's always the starting point for you. It helps you recognize your true values, the things that you would not put out for any other thing, the thing you will not compromise for any other thing. So I started with knowing, okay, my family first, the next thing is this, the next thing is that, the next thing is that. And so I would also owe most of my success on this business. In fact, all of my success to my husband. He's been so supportive. That's why I say that if your spouse is working, if you people are working this way on the business, no, you are getting it wrong. Take a sample of most of the successful people. Look at Charles, he works very closely with his wife. So when one person is inadequate, the other person is able to complement.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my this thing went off. The other person is able to complement that lapse, that gap. All right. So I was able to balance all this work, family, and language because I scheduled myself. I knew the right time to do the right things. I knew the right time. I delisted the unimportant things. That's even where you should start. There are many things that take up our time that you ask yourself, is it really important? Those things that are not really important, like some social gatherings you go, some things you have to just go and show face. I know you go to network on purpose, but I mean, you need to set your priorities. Setting your priorities includes, okay, because I have a limited time, what are the things that I should do? What are the things I should put second? And what are the things I should put tertiary? So it starts with, like I said, scheduling yourself. I was able to achieve this because also my husband was very supportive and cooperative till today. He would always make up for where I have lapses. I would never have gaps.
Fantastic. That's one thing I love about our profession. If you check up top leaders in the world, they're always with their family. If your family, if your spouse is not interested in the business here, don't worry. They will join you when the result starts coming. We have stories like that in the business. And so my one beauty about our profession is it gives you time with for your family. You can do your business at ease, but you need to set your priorities straight too when doing your business. A lot of time. Well, thank you very much for sharing your journey with us. But I want you, I know most times because of the country we are, most times people don't like talking about their earnings, how much you have earned. I don't want you to tell me how much you have earned, but I want you to tell me something. Approximately, what do you think a star director 2 must have earned in this business?
Hey, Charles, this table that you are, this table you are shaking. Charles, this table you are shaking, if it breaks, it's only this way that can repair it.
You know, when I joined this business, I had a seminar in Abuja, and Mr. Obi Rich. So in that seminar, he said, I've been in this business for this number of years as a star director too. What has entered my account was over 450 million. I just hit my chest. Wow.
Your heart did boo boo boo.
I am now in business. I like the money. Grant Cardone, my mentor, said, let's talk about the money. People don't talk about the money, and people need money. Tell us the money. How much approximately do you think a star director 2 must have earned in this business? Coupled with the 70, all those other car incentive, tools, and the rest.
Yeah, I have never really sat down to do that analysis, but off my head, at least the visible ones that I cannot run away from, you guys knowing. You can see a 75 million somewhere. You can see that. You can see several other trips that we got along the 2019 year calendar, and they were also in millions. And you can see the hundreds. Some weeks, people earn. Most people, I earn in 7 figures. All right, in 7 figures. That's a million and above. All right. So, and when you put all that together, I would want to toe the line of my dear godfather, Obi Rich.
I like that.
Obi Rich in his final analysis of that. So, we that being said, permits me not to mention figures. I hope I have been able to convince
no, guys. I want you to guys. This is online. It is expected. Like it's hard work. Practicality dictates that whatever figures you're hearing now is not everybody that will end same, because we are not of the same makeup, and it has to do with hard work and dedication. Forget it. Hard work, smart work, and serious dedication into your business. If you put in the activity, if you put in the work, you surely make the big bucks in this business. So thank you very much for your time. Next week is another show, guys. Don't miss it. I'll announce the speaker on the WhatsApp group and on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube. I'm going to drop all. I'll be able to download all the success, Meet Your Success Partner story. I'm going to put all on YouTube, and so you can get it on YouTube and share with those who are not on Facebook. You all are amazing. Success leads clue. We've learned a lot from our journey. All the tips she has shared with us today, make sure you've taken record of them. All these things you are learning from these videos, apply them. Not all of them you apply, but take the ones you can apply and go all in and all out in your business. And so thank you very much for your time. I know you're a very busy woman and you still find that time to be with us here. My regards to the family.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charles. It was really my pleasure and honor to be here with you. I love you all. Please, before I go, I'd like to just drop this to everybody who is itching to hear this. I know and I'm convinced so much that everybody can achieve success on this platform, irrespective whether you're doing this part-time or you're doing this full-time. You have an equal playing ground to achieve success on this platform. Only if you're willing to learn, unlearn, make mistakes, give yourself permission to make mistakes, and still continue to take action and remain unstoppable. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much for that parting words. Thank you very much. Okay, bye, guys. Bye. Make sure you share the video with your people. Bye.